What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 21 of my Total Warhammer 3 Ikit Claw Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Chargelog continues to advance northward into the Empire, destroying the forces outside Nuln, and then taking Nuln itself at Tier 4. We have also moved Ikit towards Emperor Karl Franz, who is semi-trapped here between Ikit and Paravent. I do think that he might attack us, but if he doesn't, he'll just try to go behind Helmgart, after which we can simply attack Helmgart with Ikit and hopefully destroy him and take it. Though perhaps if Grom moves out here, we might have to ignore that and go for Carrick-Ziflin instead, because I'd prefer to take these for ourselves rather than allowing Grom to do so. Not to worry, we will later on be sicking Grom onto the High Elves at Ulthuan, and I'm hoping that that plan works out, wherein we essentially take stuff or raise stuff in Ulthuan with an eventual army, and then allow Grom to occupy territories and then just keep giving them to him until he owns the entire island. Maybe it'll work out. It would be nice, because essentially, once again, we can't really make any use of the garbage, uninhabitable climate, but yeah. It's actually kind of interesting that its temperate island is red and uninhabitable, but temperate non-island is green. It's a little bit odd, but I can see why Skaven don't like Ulthuan. And I think you can't wait. Now, you can build undercities in Ulthuan, but I feel like maybe the tunnels don't really go there, so... Anyway, let's see what we've got to do since last time. I think we did most of the stuff at the end of the turn, because Chargelog ended off the episode attacking Nuln. And unless I'm mistaken, and we have any buildings to build... I guess just at Vissenland we've taken Nuln, and that's it. Okay, well, it's going to cost us a little bit of extra because we are now down to construction cost plus 20%, but we do got to get started on the walls and the burrows at the very least. Fortunately, the burrows are quite cheap, and frankly, so is the Taskmaster's platform. Wait 1 second. We should probably build the Taskmaster's platform and probably also the Arcane Generators. I'm just wondering whether we should keep the hidden layer here as it's our only assassin building. You know what, maybe we will. Maybe we will. This will mean no arcane generators for a while unless we want to get rid of one of these other buildings. For example, the scavenge pile. Recruitment cost and Skaven corruption, eh? Well, the Skaven corruption could certainly be useful here. I think we can do without it. Yeah, you know what, let's go Taskmaster's platform. Let's delete you, regardless of the fact that you generate lots of cash. And we will replace you with the arcane generators and keep the hidden layer just in case we want to make some Eshin units somewhere, but also in case we want to make another assassin somewhere, like this guy, like Bok. Bok the non-lethal, because there's a Bok the lethal somewhere. I think is that the leader of Clan Ferric, perhaps? Or is that another thing? Well, we'll see. We'll see at some point. Possibly, maybe. Presuming that those factions actually survive. Also, because of the swing of public order, we're once again negative here in the trees. Kingsglaive is also going to go quite negative fairly quickly. But we'll swing back up to yellow and then green fairly quickly ourselves, so hopefully not too concerning. Just gotta double check where rebellions might occur. Looking okay here. Steingard we don't really care about because Fyldorf will rebel and nothing. Alright, I think we're fine. Let's double check diplomacy. I think we didn't do this last episode. Bloody Hands want to be friends, but we don't want to be friends with them. Sylvania want to be friends, and I would normally ally with them, but we're going to attack them this time around. Which will actually kind of make it a waste to have these undercities here, but we can make more use of the gold mines than Sylvania can anyway. Really got to start putting undercities way north somewhere, where they can't be reached by us. And that's why we'll be heading north to start undercityfying all of the enemy dark fortresses that we can reach. Yeah, alrighty. Well, let's end the turn with that. Outpost upgrade available. Oh, it's just Carrick-Angazar. I think that we still can't get anything good out of these guys. As in, I don't think they've built any Leadbelcher buildings anywhere. They don't have a high-level camp. They have Ogre Bulls here. They have Ogre Bulls here, and... Saber Tusks, Ogre Bulls, and yeah. I could have probably just checked their armies, and by the looks of it, they barely have armies, so... Alright. End the turn. Let's see if Ikit gets attacked by Karl, shall we? Let's also see if Wissenberg gets attacked by Cloud here, but we can just get it back if it happens. I don't think it'll make much of a difference. And nope, and oh, I saw Kazarak moving in. Looks like Azag has ended his non-aggression pact with us for whatever reason, despite the fact that we're kind of fighting his enemies. But he's kind of far away, and to be fair, we'll probably be fighting him when the endgame scenario happens anyway. And did you just kill Kazarak's forces? I saw something die there. Oh, Vissenland and the Golden Order confederated. Who confederated who? Oh, Golden Order's still alive. That's actually good. More likelihood that Gelt will come back, in which case, well, that's good for us. Ally begins outpost construction, Warherd of the One-Eye. Master Mason for charge locks, swell. And Undercity established, oh, finally. In Grenstad, though. Not super useful, to be perfectly frank. But we can get the warp token stash here, which will, if nothing else, give us a little bit of money for a little while. And I guess the scavenger raiders, although is it worth 1 food? Yeah, because we're probably going to betray them and take this place for ourselves. Also, while we're here, you can attack Marius. Henry's probably going to try to go for Steingart then, but can he take it? I'm going to say probably not. Go here, and oh, he's not going to run. Maybe he can't run. Auto-resolve him. And that actually wasn't too bad, and that food puts us back into the yellow. Perfect. And let us sell off, I guess. Make a decent amount of cash now at 30k and 14k per turn, though we want more. And hello, Clan Skryre Saboteur, plus 10% from sacking settlements. Oh, Ikit, I have a present for you. Wait, what did we have to do to get this? Ranked up in a province with low control. Oh, interesting. It's not actually just sacking stuff. As for what we want to lose here... well, that's kind of a hard decision. We can't lose the campaign movement range. I don't want to lose the artifact hunter. Man, I guess we gotta let the Banner of the Under Empire go. At the end of the day, melee attack plus 6 is essentially 1 skill point, which, not bad. Not bad, but I guess we'll have to let it go. And these things are probably better. And then let us take this for Ikit, because he's the most likely to sack things. Where was that? Bell Polisher... what was the thing called? Mechanic Scribe, Engineering student. Oh, we have more engineering students. Breeders. Oh. Only Assassin can... oh, right. I completely forgot about that. That only the... okay, fine. I guess we're taking that thing back then. Where was it? I forgot what we took away. It was an ancillary. It was the Banner of the Under Empire, yeah. Alrighty, well, we can make assassins now, if nothing else. And where did Carl go? Huh. I'm not sure. He's not here. I suppose he could have ran past the fort. And gone very far away. Wait. Okay, Bok. Go here, and let's see. Let's see if we can see. Ah, okay, he did. He went to Ubersreich. That is potentially mildly problematic for us. He might try to go after Charge Lock, though I'm reasonably confident Charge Lock would win a fight. The question is, can he reach Nuln in 1 bound? Somehow I doubt it. It would also be problematic if he started moving up through Karak Asgaraz to Karak Norn, though the 2 turns to get the covert choke points will be up by the time he gets there, so I think we're okay. Yeah. Alrighty, that's fine then. Now, Morphific. This is allied territory, meaning we're going to put you in march stance. We're going to leave Steingart for now. And we're going to hit Migdalv and Galbarak next turn. Ooh. These two might attack Wissenberg together, which means it will probably fall unless we put a temporary lord there. Alright, fine. Temporary lord it is. We have a warpstone hoarder here who probably isn't... nah. This kind of mount a Grey Seer. We already have one of these. I'm kind of tempted to get that sneaky Master Assassin, but I think we just gotta go once again with the Warlock Master, because if we're gonna defend here, gotta be the Warlock Master. Now, we can't summon any of these, because we've already summoned them, so you're gonna have to essentially defend this by yourself. Can you do it? What do we have here? Maybe. Well, if you die, my friend. Let's give you, though, another point in Warp Lightning, or another point in Musketeer. This will take down the cooldown, but what do we have? 50 mana? Not too bad. Maybe the cooldown will be worth it. Although I do like 8 seconds of melee attack reduction by 12. Oh, and I just realized, since this place it'll have no towers. And there are 2 priests we'd have to bring down, but nonetheless, I suppose we could nuke them if it comes down to it. Miscast base chance reduction. Now, I still think we gotta go for the Warp Lightning rather than the Musketeer, even though I do like it. Okay, now Charge Lock, I guess you're gonna leave Nuln. I assume that we won't lose it in a single turn, especially since there are no breaches in the walls, right? Yeah. So we could send you down here, but I think we have to take Dotternbach for ourselves. And then move back to Nuln under the assumption that Karl is gonna go there. So, go here first. I also am pretty sure that we saw, what's-his-face, Kazrak nearby. No, not close enough though. Auto-resolve this. And once again, Charge Lock's gonna get absolutely wrecked by the auto-resolve. Okay, we gotta stop auto-resolving with this guy. And we can either loot and occupy it for 2k or get a bonus 2k for sacking it. You know what, I think we're not going to risk sacking it because he used most of his movement range. So let's just loot and occupy it. It's just safer this way. And Wissenland is now ours. Let's get the Sawyer here at Wissenberg. Let's delete this thing here and replace it with growth. Speaking of growth, let's upgrade you. Let's upgrade you. And let's get the arcane generators here. Good. And we'll also get expansionist planning, at least for now. Because we'll be upgrading a lot of main territories fairly quickly. Okie dokie. The Under Empire and the Over Empire are both doing pretty okay right now. And I like the fact that we're essentially protecting the Warherd of the One Eye here. As long as we can keep them friendly, we might eventually get some decent stuff out of him. I do have to wonder whether it'll be beneficial to try to give him some settlements later, or whether it isn't. Maybe not. So he should be able to upgrade his own stack, right, to build more units. It doesn't have to upgrade these things, the buildings here. So maybe we can just keep him alive there. We'll see. Kazrak, I mean. Anyway, Ikit. Do you go for Helmgart, or do we put Mutant to Monfa? Man, this is a hard decision. So the problem that I see here is this guy is Grom going up to Carrick Ziflin. But if we put Mutant into Monfa, and then both of these guys will simply attack there. What if then instead we have Ikit sack Helmgart? This will not take all his movement range. We take it at tier 3 or 4. Well, probably not 4. That'll put us to red, and we can't have that right now. And then, afterwards, March stance back to Ziflin. I don't think Grom can reach it. Not 100% on it. But I don't think he can. Maybe that's the way we do it. Alright, if that's the way, then that's the way. Let's send you to Helmgart. Honestly, the sack value isn't really much, but just to move Ikit away. We'll put you here. And actually, the garrison's kind of trash here. Let's encircle this. I'm not even sure we have to fight this. But we'll see. If we can get a better battle, I think we could just avoid this one. Mostly because it'll be just Ikit bombarding the place until everybody's dead inside, and frankly, it's a little bit boring. Yeah, move Mutant up. And at least this choke point will be helpful. And damn it, every time. I do this every single time. And it's a close victory now. Okay, no. You retreat, Mutant. Oh, and now you're going to be too far. Ah, you retreated too far away. Damn it, Mutant. You screwed us. You completely screwed us. Okay, fine. Then I guess what we do is we sack it but don't capture it with Ikit. I wish I knew the exact range. Wait, let's try it one more time. It's not going to change anything at this point. Unless you can no longer move in March stance. Well, try going here. Come on, don't screw me on this. And, we're close enough. And, but he's not close enough to actually participate in this. Game. And you can't move any further, right? Nah. Okay. Unless you go into March stance, which would allow you to move very slightly further. But I'd like you to go back into Montfort if possible. Wait. Try here. Now can you participate? Yes, okay. Now we are free to either auto-resolve or not, depending. Okay, happy with that. That's all set up for when we need to. Shife. You, my friend, are headed out to Skaven Blight, and I'm pretty sure you can start generating troops right here at the edge of it. Also upgrade both the Warp Forge and the Pestilent Knave, while this doesn't cost as much as it used to. Now, your troops. You will be needing many Plague Claw catapults, and we only have... Well, we actually have missile focus. Oh, wow, we could get Warplug Jezzails at rank 9. That's glorious. But yeah, this army needs 4 Plague Claw catapults. We don't need any more missile troops. And it'll need 2 Plague Priests. In fact, we should probably keep an eye on what Plague Priests we have. Chieftain. Wait. Plague Priest. Unlocks hero recruitment Plague Priest. Oh. Sorcerer. Where is Plague Priest? Oh, it's an... Huh? Does it count as a sorcerer? It counts as a sorcerer. Okay, that's what had me confused. You're a Warpstone Hoarder, which doesn't help us. You are Perceptive, though. I do kind of like that. You know what? Let's get you on the field, Sorcerer. Eshin Sorcerer and Plague Priest. I mean, technically the Plague Priest is a Sorcerer, but it's a little bit of a confusing one. Yeah, fine. Let's get the Perceptive one for now. Don't really care about the Warpstone Hoarder for this particular army. And you will be needed here to A, be on a Plague Furnace, but B, to be able to use Vermintide like 50,000 times. And that's why we'll be getting a second one. Plus, between Scouting and Perceptive, increase magical item drop chance fairly significantly. Let's also summon the second one just to delete it later. As in, summon it now, and then delete it, so that it gets replaced by hopefully a better one. Costly, but, you know. Also, Ramamute. You are going to join this army, so go to Miragliano right now, and you'll be joining this army for a time just to level up. Okie dokie. And that's decided. Now, is there anybody that can fight? I think I've talked long enough, and if we're going to fight, we might as well do so right now. You've moved, and I guess it'll be Ikit's time. Now the question is, once again, do we bother fighting this? No, it's a close victory with medium casualties now, so it looks like we will. Probably because of the Skaven slaves here. Alright, fine. If we have to fight this, we'll have to fight. Let's get one use of Menace Below because we want to be able to silence the mortars. Ooh, there's 2 mortars. I find 2 uses of Menace Below to silence the mortars, get the Banner of the Under Empire back and put it on our Defender unit, and we'll do this siege cinematically once again. Let's get to it.
Yes, fine!
Oh look, they built a road for Ikit to Doomwheel up. Isn't that just perfect? Alright, well, here we go. The game may not want to allow us to do a auto-resolve for the fort, so we will take it the old-fashioned way. Ikit's gonna Doomwheel up directly to the gate and bring it down, while our artillery pieces start bringing down the enemy towers here. Of course, once the towers are down, first one falling right now. Ooh, I love the, I love how there's like warpstone residue on them after the Plague Claw catapults continue fire. I imagine this will disappear, but it would have actually been nice if they kept this around for the entire battle. I'd love for the battlefield to look like an irradiated wasteland after fighting the Skaven. Maybe some graphical mods to, you know, make that a thing. Even more so than it currently is. Anyway, second tower gonna go down shortly, I would imagine. The third one's also in process, and then we will send up the rest of our forces. We're actually probably gonna take a look at how this battle looks from the enemy's perspective a little bit more than usual, just for fun, mostly because we see stuff from our own perspective quite a lot. Ikit's also starting to spam spells in the interior of the enemy city. I wanted to get the enemy unit of mortars here with the brass orb, but unfortunately it looks like the crew of the mortars don't get sucked in by the brass orb, similarly to everybody else here. Oh well, not a big deal. That's what the menace below is for, and once Ikit is inside the city, I'm sure he can do something about it himself. Nice shot there. And we're also going to use Storm Demon to attack. Wait, I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Is that the Storm Demon attack? Yes, I think it is. That's not bad. That's a lot of units that go flying from that one hit. I am curious to see how many we'll get up from that, though. Also made my computer lag in true Warp Lightning fashion. So let's see. And it looks like none of them got up. Damn, that one Storm Demon hit looks like it did about half damage to this unit of Halberdiers, though to be fair, they did have the Skryre Clan Stone on them. Also, is there can spell resistance go below 0, or does minus 44% mean that it's, or that it can only go to 0, or can it actually go negative? You know, I never looked into it because, well, there wasn't a lot of spell resistance reduction sources, but it is an interesting idea. But then again, if these units had 0 spell resistance in the first place, then the Skryre Clanstone would do nothing, and I would think most units don't have a base resistance outside, I believe, the dwarfs. So then it would seem that it maybe should make him go to negative. I'll look it up right after the episode, and just so that I know for certain. Either way, Storm Demon, good job. Well, we could do a simple comparison by attacking another unit with Storm Demon that isn't in the Skryre Clanstone, and just to see how much damage is done. Alrighty, let's see. Fort Tower 4, I believe, is going down, and that is the last Fort Tower. Actually, you would think that there would be more towers in these forts, wouldn't you? And oh wow, unlike regular settlements, the interior towers are actually positioned fairly nicely in these forts. So these ones should be able to fire on stuff. I do wonder if they can build more towers on these things. They look very similar in terms of platforms. It'd be actually nice to defend the place like this. But yeah, I do feel like 4 towers, once again, doesn't feel like enough. But anyway, we're going to speed this up a little bit as our weapons teams move in a little bit closer. We're also going to start annoying the enemy by, well, annoying the enemy walls at the very least, by hitting them with our Warp Lightning Cannon, and hopefully bringing some down. The Jezzails are trying to get a few shots here, but that's not really going to fly, so we're going to cease fire with them shortly and allow the Death Mortars to do the work. Yeah. Imagine being up on top of these walls, having like a little dinky little sword or something, and there's a bunch of Gatling guns and snipers trying to shoot you between the Merlins there. Tremendously unfortunate. Also, I believe Ikit is still standing outside the settlement casting the occasional thing, but we've got a lot more bombardment to do and a few more walls to break. Plus, we gotta wait until our reinforcements arrive, so they gotta move in as well. But that's why we're here. Let's speed it up a little bit, as it's not super entertaining watching walls get attacked by artillery pieces. One goes down and the other one should follow shortly. Although, I do enjoy watching the Death Mortars just obliterate infantry. What a disgusting unit. Here's another shot. And such lovely fireworks as well. Only we could get some salamanders in this army as well. I feel like that would be nice in combination with the Death Mortars. Alrighty, and oh, the Death Mortars also apply the, they also apply the Poison Wind. I hadn't realized that, but that's nice. Pestilent Wind. Just watching a few more of these shots. Like I said, I wanted to watch this more from the enemy's perspective than from ours, because, well, frankly, our perspective here would just be watching our weapons teams fire. And looks like Ikit's going to take a few shots from this little enemy archer unit that is snuck up and is going to do some damage to him. Of course, he could just second wind serum himself and heal up. And in reprisal, he can always Warp Lightning them. There you go. Perfect spell for use on towers. And we've got our extra units moving in shortly. In particular, we should be getting the... where are they? The Warlocks up to buff up the Avalanche Mortars, but... we can also send in some Skaven slaves shortly from the secondary army to move in while we send in the warp fire throwers and other such things. We also wanted to wait until all the enemy mortars in the settlement were silenced via Menace Below, and I think we've done that. And now we've got our Plague Claw catapults firing inside as well. If we still had Charge Lock following Ikit around like we had in the early game, his own Plague Mortars, or Poison Wind Mortars rather, would have helped this be a little bit quicker as well. I keep wanting to say Queeker, but I can't say Queeker until we confederate quick, so we're gonna have to wait on that. Alrighty, well, bombardment's gonna continue for a while. I did warn you guys that there would be a lot of bombardment with this particular battle. I don't think we have too much of a choice in the matter, as why hurt our own army and when there's a very decent possibility that we A, need to fight again, or B, might get attacked, so... Alrighty, and here comes Ikit's gonna start annoying enemies inside the settlement by himself now. They can't really do too much towards him, especially as they really can't catch him. I mean, if they had maybe a unit of demigriffs or something like that, maybe. Or more handgunners to actually gun him down, but it looks like the handgunners are standing far away and the enemy's relying on the archers and crossbows too much. And that's just not enough. Alrighty, enemy targets are sufficiently softened by now. I think the enemy troop counts drop by, well, about 800 troops. Could be a little bit more, but I think it's now time to send in the Skaven slaves to blob the enemy up, in addition to allowing them to be distracted, and the flamethrowers, or warp fire throwers rather, to move in. We also have our abomination here, moving around, though it did take a little bit of damage, or it will take a little bit of damage at some point, I believe, from some archers. Gotta be careful about that. Yeah, this crossbow unit is focusing it down, and actually this is surprisingly effective. I mean, and this thing doesn't, let's see, it has 15% missile resistance. This was from a single volley. 1300 HP damage from a single relatively unbuffed unit of crossbowmen. Huh, yeah, it's kind of impressive. I don't think the crossbows would do that much damage. I guess 50 armor is just not enough on such a unit. Yeah, damn! Look how quickly it gets damaged like that. Well, not a big deal. And not a big deal because we can just move it away. And now it's time to watch the Skaven slaves fight a little bit. They've also established a line, and thus a nice little clear pathway for our warp fire throwers to head into the city, where they can start cleaning house. Of course, we're probably going to lose a bunch of these Skaven slaves, but, well, we don't really care that much. Nope, forgot to turn the skirmish mode off those warp fire throwers. Going to turn that on and then move them back in. Ikit's going to also support the Skaven slaves with a little bit of warp lightning. And here we are. And then the abomination's going to do some work as well. And I don't think it is too afraid of getting hit by warp fire thrower damage. There we go. Gates open, 2 breaches in the walls, bombardment continues, flamethrowers are in, and the Hell Pit Abomination is tanking hits. Enemies moving down the ramp into several warp fire thrower streams. Beautiful. Yeah, gotta take the fort systematically here. Alrighty, well, you shouldn't have gone down that ramp. Ikit's now kind of blobbed up and fighting the enemy lord, but of course he still hasn't reached his healing cap, and therefore he should be just fine with Second Wind Serum. He's also popped another use of his brass orb, as well as that Skryre Clanstone. He should be dishing out a decent amount of damage to these units by himself, without even the warp fire throwers adding their attacks, which I'm sure will help as well. Very, very nice. All these units are in very bad shape. The enemy lord is actually at half HP, though I believe, yeah, Ikit's finally reached his healing cap. I don't think it's going to matter all that much at this point. And let's see, the bounce power is about 90% in our favor. The death mortars, or the avalanche mortars, have basically destroyed a bunch of units up here with the help of these warp fire throwers. The rattling guns have also moved into the city, though it looks like, oh, these are warplock Giselles. Do they use the same symbol for warplock Giselles and rattling guns? They do, don't they? Or at the very least, they're extremely similar. I think they are the same symbol. Yeah, they really need to differentiate those. I keep getting confused trying to go for the flags there, and it looks like just as the Great Swords charge and try to go for the Warplock Giselles, the rest of the army breaks, and the bombardment and the Warp Fire Throwers are superior. I suppose this was a good battle for Ikit to actually get use out of his Warp Fire Throwers, who are generally a little bit too busy just, well, not busy enough, actually, standing on the sidelines while the rattling guns and the Giselles do all the work. So yeah, that's one of the good reasons to actually keep the Warp Fire Throwers, or at least some Warp Fire Throwers, in his particular army, as the other units aren't nearly as effective in these siege-type situations. So, food for thought. Well, I did say there would be a lot of bombardment, and bombardment there was. The Death Mortar getting 750 kills at 65,000 damage. Pretty insane, but this unit has always been pretty damn insane. The Plague Claw Catapults did pretty well, and Ikit got a very respectable 52k at 615 kills. Plus, our Warp Fire Throwers did go in and kill a fair few units themselves, which was pretty damn solid, especially considering that they didn't fight throughout the entire battle. Now, we did take a little bit of damage to a few of our sacrificial Skaven slaves, but we obviously don't care about that. We are going to have to, unfortunately, sack the place. And Ikit will hopefully move backwards. Good, good, good. And wait, can he reach Kyrgyzstan in one round? Yes, he can. Oh, perfect. Okay, ally mission successful. Ooh, we should check our ally missions before doing this. Terrifying Mask of E. Alright, so what I want to do is first move you back into Montfort. It will mean you're in march stance, though, so what if Karl decides to attack? He can't reach us by the looks of it. Wait, can't he? No. He can, it's just that he's blocked by Ikit. That's kind of concerning. I mean, I suppose if Mutant dies holding this, then he dies holding this. I don't really care all that much. He has Strong and nothing else. He doesn't have Boommaster, and honestly, oh right, you're a super temporary lord. So yeah, if he dies, doesn't matter. I'm willing to sacrifice him. Let's just in case give him Warp Lightning, and let's give him Musk of Fear, I guess. Or do we go for Scorch for this one situation? It really depends on what Karl would do if he were to attack you. How much mana do you have? You have a full 100. Yeah, fine, we'll give you Scorch for this then. And just in case. And then Ikit, ignoring Helmgart, you're gonna go to Kyrgyzstan instead. We won't be able to sack it because we'd move too far away, I think, but... Really? Auto-resolve is really hating on our lords, isn't it? And our heroes. Ziflin is not a capital. We'll take it to tier 1. We'll take Blackstone Post to tier 3, though. A loot and occupy it. There we go, another Man-Thing Slave. Ooh, and a Scribe. Now, Ikit already has a Scribe, but does Charge Lock? Charge Lock does not, and therefore he should have one. Scribe for you, buddy. Who else has one? Shife does. Okay, yeah. Everybody needs to be able to move further and faster. Now, we're still in danger of getting hit at at Wissenberg by these two, but if it happens, we'll see if we can manage to survive that. Let's see what else we've got potential for. Alright, Ikit's moved a Ratmech. Ratmech, keep moving north. I'd really like to get a defensive alliance going with the Fecondites before hitting them with an Undercity, mostly because they won't like it when we hit them with an Undercity. But I do think it's necessary because Brass Keep is already generating near 3k, and our cooldown is off, so we should do it. Metable the Dominator, you stay there. I do like the name, but yeah, definitely stay there for now, and let's build buildings before we drop back down to orange next turn. Do that right now, in fact. So, Arguelon, we'll start with you. Oh, we can upgrade you to tier 3, which will be the last upgrade for this place. Yeah, why not? Why not? You're actually already building the Taskmaster's platform, but yeah, that's fine. Black Mountains, let's get you that iron smelter. Still think it should reduce the upkeep of storm vermin in the same way that it does for the grave guard for the undead, but or the vampire count specifically. But oh well. Overseer's Lookout, yes. Definitely. We still have 20k to spend. Bordelot, yeah, we definitely need to protect it. That's why we took it at tier 4, so that we can get Warp Lightning Towers. If we had more food, I honestly would have taken it tier 5. And hey, look, Morgur. He's doing good. He's taken Lyonesse. Or he hasn't taken it, but he is trying to. Aquitaine, we definitely need walls for you. Western Border Princes definitely get that Warp Lightning Capacitor. And lastly, the Vaults. Nearly maxed out here. Get 1 more point in Warp Forge. Good, good, good. And that's all the building that we have to be building. Now, I think there are no more heroes that we can build other than the Plague Priests, so we gotta keep an eye on them. Shife, you'll be recruiting for many a turn. At least 3 here. While we get you tons of Plague Priests, unfortunately we don't yet have access to Plague Sensor Bearers. But we won't for a while yet, so we're gonna go with this army without the Sensor Bearers, and then we'll send in the Sensor Bearers once we actually have access to them. I suppose we could have built it in one of these locations, but meh. Not a huge deal there either. Also, wow, Sartosa, you really aren't generating a lot of cash, which is once again making me think that for Sartosa in particular, we're probably better off going a little bit more military building heavy, maybe just the capacitors or the Warp Lightning generator, or not Warp Lightning, the generator building, basically. Anyway, I do believe we're ready to end the turn, unless I'm mistaken. I'm very curious to see if Karl will attack us here. We won't have time to fight him this episode. We'll have to wait on that. Do we need to give you items? I don't think so. I don't think we do. Yeah, and because of the March stance, he's probably not going to get a better opportunity to do this. Well, luck to him. Let's end the turn, unless there's diplomacy to do. It's just the Bloody Hands we don't care about. Sylvania, Eastern River Lords, no. Clan Wars is getting closer to that military access. What if we join war against, for example, Krakus? Okay, he actually doesn't want us to do that. What about Ironbrow's Expedition? That's close. And he wants 3k, eh? I'd really love for our relationship with Morris to grow. The Ironbrow's Expedition is right here. Fairly unlikely for us to be fighting them now, but we will eventually, so there's no reason not to do this. And what else do we have here? Knights of Calidor, also fairly far away. We'll reach them eventually, but... You know what, I feel like we give him the 3k instead of doing another war. Nah, you know what, screw it. Fight the Knights of Calidor as well. Go for it. And in fact, this way he will give us money, though it ain't much. I'd really rather for him to like us even more for this. Good. It's not like we're ever going to get friendly with the Knights of Calidor after all. And oh, look, we've discovered the followers of Nagash. But they're basically dead. Now, I was thinking we would move into Kill Raponce down south, but the problem there is that if we do, that might revive the followers of Nagash, but I suppose we could just kill them outright either way. Honestly, I'm actually surprised none of these factions have declared war on us and gone north. Anyway, let's end the turn, and let's see if we get attacked here or anywhere. There's lots of places where there's potential, let's see. And Metable... Why are you moving? You shouldn't be moving at all, you should be idle, damn it. Oh well. Hopefully he'll be idle afterwards. Maybe it'll still count as idle. Alright, and a lot of territory just got discovered, and aha, Karl will indeed attack this. Because it's a field battle, this will most likely end up in defeat, mostly because, well, we can't kill Karl, unless we surround him with everything, but honestly, I suppose this might be a situation where we use our nuke. I will think about it, but either way we'll have to do this on next episode, because unfortunately we're out of time. Still a pretty good place to end it, as it means a battle to start off next episode, so exciting times. Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.